Hey everybody, welcome to last week of the course here, week 5 for economics. And got our scenery up here. I don't know where this one is, but I found it and thought it looked good, so there it is. Moving on, be it in this course or next course, I know a lot of times students have problems with the time issue of putting the time into a course. One of the requirements for any college you go to or any course is you're expected as a student to put in about 10 hours a week. So some of you are able to do this, others you may not be able to do it for whatever the reason may be. But again, to get the full, just the amount of time it takes us to read, comprehend, and learn something. I mean, so that's where they come up with this 10-hour idea. So one of the things, and it's also finding time. That's a term. I didn't actually think about it until I seen this when I was looking for some pictures, and it's not about finding time; it's making time. Um, I use the thing of doing it every day type, not just on a Sunday night or on week 5, things like that. We also got you know, the running analogy. It's even a bad run is better than no run at all. Same thing with school. Okay, if you can't make that 10 hours a week, make 5. You know, make that 10, 20 minutes, 30 minutes every day. Whatever you need to do so that you're getting the most for yourself, the most for your money. You're paying for these courses, and so you should be trying to get the most out of it, not just getting by. Because depending on what you're going to do down the road, you'd be going get a job one day, and somebody might ask you a question that in that particular field is common knowledge, also something that was probably covered in these courses, and you won't know the answer, even though you have a piece of paper that says you do know the answer. So that's why I always I harp a lot on learning these courses, learning the materials, and yeah, you may not be the expert at it. The car mechanic analogy. Yeah, you know there's something wrong with the car, you've identified it. That it's a flat tire or the engine don't work or whatever it is, and then you get the expert to fix it for you. So same thing in business or any field you're going to be in. So all right, so enough of the inspiration and so forth. Let's get into the course real quick. Um, last discussions, great. Those of you that are in there doing real good. Again, those you don't get in there, you don't get in there in time, or you don't make your replies, you're losing lots of points on that. Like replies are not something you can make up after the discussion's over. So just be it this course, future courses, get in there, get in on that. Those of you that are in there, you're doing great. So no problems there. Same thing with the homeworks. The homeworks I see, good. If you've been in touch with me about some questions, and again, that's good too. So get in touch if you have any problems or things you're not fully understanding. So, all right, this week you have 2 chapters. You got chapters, I think 11 and 12, I believe it is, the monetary system. Again, this is, let me see, 40 slides. So, I mean, each chapter has 40 or so slides. I like the slides because it gives you snapshots. So you got a lot of things in this chapter have to do with the monetary system. And again, terms, these are definitions. These are also probably quiz questions, final exam questions, things like that. But it's, we're looking for specific terms. And again, I mentioned that depending on what course you're in with me and whether we're doing economics or marketing, different specialties have different terminology. So it's important that you understand those terminologies and what's meant by that. So, like fiat money, commodity money. So there's different things like that you need to understand. Same thing on, let me see this other chapter here, money, growth, and inflation. Got a lot of terminology, how this one's more about how that one impacts the other. So you just need to, again, pay attention. There's some formulas in here on how they figure, how you figure out the p-value here. So, and money supply. So, I mean, there's just, it does take time going back to my initial, carrying on there about putting time in. It does take time to understand and learn this stuff, so it is something you need to do. And with that, I will move on here and get us through here. Keep this one short last week, so discussion's the same, homework's the same, quiz and final this week, so you got that, and then eval at the end of the course. I always ask to do evals because that's how we find out how to, if there's something wrong in the course or there was a question or something, you know, that was wrong on a quiz or whatever it might be. If you haven't already let me know about it, you know, this is where you let us know, good, bad, you know, whatever the case is. So please do the evals, and that way we know where we can fix things. So, all right, with that, just covered it all. Okay, so with that, the only other thing is, you know, enjoyed working with you. A lot of you I'll see again next course, so next term, next Monday. So just, you know, thank you, and, you know, best to you, and we'll see you next time down the road here, and I'll give you my test question real quick. There it is. There's the test question. So that's the test question, and you can let me know what it is. That way I know you watch the video. And if you need anything, get in touch with me, and I'll see you during the week here or in the next course. So with that, take care, everybody. Have a great week.